I'm Maya Harrison, 27 years old, and that Thursday night dinner destroyed me in the best way possible. My sister Rachel pointed her wine glass at me and spoke words that lit a fire inside my soul. Maya, your pathetic photography studio is worthless. I'll buy it from you for $1 right now. The entire dining room exploded with laughter. My father nodded like she said something brilliant. My mother actually clapped her hands together. I felt every muscle in my body freeze. My throat closed up. I couldn't even swallow. So I placed my napkin on the table, stood up slowly, and walked out that door without saying a single word. No tears, no screaming, just pure silence. But what they didn't understand was simple. That silence was me loading the biggest weapon they'd ever face. Comment below what country you're watching from because this revenge story goes absolutely crazy. The cab ride back to my apartment felt like drowning in slow motion. I kept replaying Rachel's smirk, that $1 comment, like the photography business I poured my heart into was actual garbage. I started captured moments photography 4 years ago with nothing but a used camera and a dream. No family money, no safety net, just me and my eye for perfect shots. Rachel inherited Harrison events from our parents, massive weddings, corporate galas, endless cash flow. She always hated that I chose my own path instead of working under her like some assistant. When I unlocked my apartment door, I collapsed on my couch staring at the ceiling. My phone lit up. Email notification. It was from Golden Gate Resort, my biggest client who booked me for 12 weddings this year. Maya, we're terminating our contract effective immediately. We've found alternative services. My entire body went cold. Golden Gate was 40% of my annual income. This wasn't random. This was calculated. I immediately called their event coordinator. Why are you canceling? Did I do something wrong? She sounded uncomfortable. Someone from your company contacted us. They said you were going out of business and suggested we book Harrison events instead. My blood turned to ice. Rachel didn't just humiliate me at dinner. She was murdering my business in the shadows while smiling to my face. I grabbed my leather journal where I keep all my client contacts, vendor relationships, and business strategies. My hands trembled, but my thoughts became crystal clear. If Rachel wanted to play dirty, I'd play invisible. That night became a war room. I made lists of every client, every vendor, every photographer I'd ever trained. I needed to build walls around my business before Rachel burned it to the ground. I didn't sleep for even 1 minute. I spent the entire night making calls, crafting emails, and designing a plan Rachel's ego would never predict. Saturday morning, I called my college friend Thomas, who became a business attorney. Thomas, I need you here now. Emergency. He arrived with coffee and his briefcase looking concerned. We spread papers across my dining table for 6 straight hours. He taught me about something called business restructuring. Essentially, I could form a completely new company, transfer all my photography rights and clients there, and leave captured moments photography as an empty shell. It's totally legal and happens all the time, Thomas explained. If she attacks the old business, she'll find absolutely nothing inside. My heart started racing. This plan was absolutely brilliant. For 7 days straight, I worked like someone possessed. I created a brand new company called Moment Makers Media. Different business name, different location, same artistic vision, same passionate heart. I personally texted every single client. Hey, I'm upgrading to a bigger studio with amazing new equipment. Your wedding is still perfectly scheduled. New company name, but same photographer you trust. Almost everyone responded with excitement and support. They didn't care about paperwork. They cared about my ability to capture their most beautiful memories. I rented a gorgeous studio space in a different neighborhood. Brand new lighting, professional backdrops, everything top quality. I transferred every single photograph, every edited image, every client file to encrypted cloud storage with military-grade passwords. I registered copyrights for my entire portfolio. Nobody could touch what I created, not even blood relatives. My assistant Lily helped me pack camera equipment, props, and lighting gear. Maya, what's happening? You're acting really strange. I looked at her seriously. Lily, trust me for 3 more days. Everything will make perfect sense very soon. By the following Friday, Moment Makers Media was fully alive and breathing, completely operational, completely protected. Clients successfully moved, equipment relocated, copyright secured. The old captured moments photography, just meaningless words on expired documents. Rachel was hunting what she thought was injured prey. She had zero idea that prey had already transformed into a predator. Monday morning arrived bright and early. I was editing engagement photos when my studio door suddenly burst open with shocking force. Rachel stormed in first. My parents marched in right behind her like soldiers. My dad's face was red with anger. My mom crossed her arms with that familiar look of disapproval. "Sign these papers right now, Maya," Rachel demanded, throwing documents on my desk. "We're officially taking over captured moments photography. You'll work as my employee now or you leave with absolutely nothing." I calmly saved my editing work and turned to face them. I actually smiled. A real, genuine smile. "You're completely welcome to take captured moments photography," I said softly, "but there's literally nothing left inside it anymore." Rachel's confident expression shattered instantly. "What are you even talking about?" I handed her a printed document. "Every photograph I ever took is protected by legal copyright under MY name. Every client willingly moved to my new business. Every piece of equipment was legally relocated. Captured moments photography is just empty words now, a ghost company." My father moved closer, jabbing his finger toward my face. "You cannot do this to family. We'll take you to court." I pulled out my phone and dialed Thomas on speaker. "Thomas, you're live with everyone." His professional voice filled the room with authority. "Everything Maya executed is completely legal under state and federal law. She owns her intellectual property. She properly notified all clients. However, we've documented evidence of tortious business interference. That phone call to Golden Gate Resort, we traced it directly to Rachel's cell phone number. If you proceed with litigation, we'll counterclaim for damages." Complete and total silence filled that room. Rachel's mouth hung open like a broken door. My mom reached for her purse, clearly wanting to escape. "You just destroyed this family forever," my dad said, his voice cracking with emotion. I stared directly into his eyes without blinking. "No, Dad, you destroyed it when you laughed at my dreams, when you told me I'd always be mediocre, when you helped Rachel sabotage my clients behind my back." I pointed toward the exit. "You wanted to buy my life's work for $1. Now you couldn't buy it for 10 million. Leave my studio immediately." Rachel made one final desperate attempt. "Maya, this war isn't finished." I opened the door even wider. "Thomas, you're still recording everything, correct?" "Every single word is documented," he confirmed through the speaker. They walked out in complete silence. No apologies, no admission of guilt, just defeated silence. The door clicked shut and I stood there physically shaking, not from fear or sadness, from pure raw power. Lily emerged from the editing room with tears in her eyes. "Maya, that was the most incredible thing I've ever witnessed." I started laughing from deep in my belly. Real, authentic laughter. For the first time in months, I felt completely and utterly free. 3 weeks passed and Harrison events started bleeding clients fast. Word travels quickly in the wedding industry. When vendors learned what Rachel attempted, they stopped recommending her company. Event planners value integrity above everything. They couldn't trust someone who plays dirty games. My Aunt Jennifer called me crying happy tears. "Maya, sweetheart, I always knew you had warrior strength inside you." Those words made me cry too. The good kind of tears that heal wounds. Moment Makers Media started receiving inquiries every single hour. A luxury hotel wanted exclusive photography rights. A major magazine asked me to shoot their cover story. Everything I thought I lost came back multiplied by 3. Late one Tuesday evening, an email appeared from my parents. Subject line read, "We need to talk." I moved it straight to the trash folder without even opening it. Some relationships you end intentionally. My childhood friend Brooklyn came over with Thai food and champagne. "Girl, you're literally a legend now," she said, pouring drinks. "You didn't need violence or drama, just a smart brain." I lifted my glass high. "To protecting what you build and removing people who destroy." We clinked glasses and ate pad thai, sitting on my studio floor, surrounded by camera bags and the sweet smell of success. Standing alone in my new studio at midnight, I remembered that terrible Thursday dinner. The $1 insult, the cruel laughter, the shame they tried to drown me in. I'm not that broken girl anymore. I don't beg for acceptance. I don't apologize for thriving. I create my own opportunities and protect them from people who want to steal my light. Rachel wanted to purchase my dream for pocket change. Instead, she lost her business reputation. My parents wanted me to fail and return home defeated. Instead, I built an empire without their help. Family isn't just blood. Family is loyalty, and I refuse to accept anything less ever again. If this story lit something inside you, drop a comment telling me your revenge story. You're part of this community. Subscribe to Revenge Voice for more incredible stories about people who stood up and conquered. Smash that like button and share this with someone fighting their own battle right now. Tomorrow brings new photo shoots, new clients, new victories, and I'm absolutely ready for everything coming my way.